Christian, you're with us. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for what you said about Trump. But maybe he's not making it too easy for himself. This new social media platform, it seems like nothing.
I agree.
I mean,
You mean the Trump desk?
Yes.
That he
Trump
put out,
desk, yeah. I mean,
it's a blog. It's a mini blog.
It's a blog. I mean, yeah.
You should go to Gab or something like that. So, okay, if you say that Trump is coming back, it's only hope, then he needs to finally figure out social media.
Yeah.
He should hire Alex for that.
Yeah.
I mean, then he would be on track. I mean, you said it all the time in your videos to create a web app, not to go to the web to the app store and everything. I will have some questions for you about monetizing videos and everything. But Alexander, I'd like to ask you about the British politics, and is there any really opposition to the warmongering? They're even sending warships into the Black Sea. I mean, they seem even more crazy than Americans.
You are absolutely right. There is no actually, it's a very good point. Actually, generally speaking, there is no opposition. That's one of the things about Keir Starmer. He barely opposes the government on anything. But if you're talking about Starmer and the Labour Party, it has been completely captured by its neocon tendency, which is extremely strong, by the way. I was getting some literature from the Labour Party a few weeks ago, in which, to my astonishment, they were reviving all the stories about, Britain needed to engage in humanitarian interventionism and R2P, requirement to protect and all those things. All those old Blairite themes were coming back from within the Labour Party. So you have neocons running the Labour Party, neocons running the Conservative Party. The entire media here, the mainstream media, is the establishment media, is entirely media dominated, neocon dominated. So you see no real opposition to this at all. If you talk beyond the political class, if you talk to people, people who in their offices, their workplaces, something, by the way, which I do. I'm somebody who makes a point of talking to lots of different people. You will find opposition to that at every level and everywhere. I mean, that is widespread in Britain. There is a very, very strong feeling in Britain, as there is in the United States, that Britain should not be involved in these kind of things, that these are terrible things, the terrible things are done, that they have awful consequences for the countries that they're done to, that they have awful consequences for Britain itself. And that is far from being an uncommon view. And by the way, you will find working class people who hold it. You will find people who drive taxis, for example, who hold it, and who will, over the course of a conversation will come and talk to you about it. But amongst the political and media class, you will find no one who talks like that at all. And it is another sign of the enormous detachment that there is between real politics and the politics of the British elite. And it also goes very far to explain many of the problems within the British Labour Party, bearing in mind that its traditional working class base has always historically been constituted that part of the British community, British society, that was always most strongly anti-interventionist.
Thank you. Any updates on the Skripals? Where might they be?
Oh, well,
I mean, I don't know.
Well, you must tell me, Christian, because I have absolutely no idea.
I really think the last we heard was New Zealand. Is that correct?
Well,
that's been the last.
Absolutely, quite. Yeah. I mean, they vanished off the face of the earth. There's a court case underway in which I understand that the family of the young woman who died very tragically when her partner found that bottle with the substance. I can't mention its name, unfortunately. That's the trouble. But she's bringing a claim apparently against the Russian government, and there's a witness about there's a coroner's inquest about this, and the judge is apparently sympathetic, but of actual facts, we've seen virtually nothing. I mean, it's an extraordinarily it's a subject that people don't want to talk about, at least not elite people want to talk about. I'll give you an idea, by the way, of how surreal thinking on this issue is in Britain. You will find some supporters of Starmer who say that the reason that Corbyn lost the election was not because he supported the second referendum proposal, but because he raised questions in Parliament about the Skripal affair. I can tell you for a fact. I can tell you for a fact, because as I said, I talked to many people around the country. That is absolutely not the case. That is totally wrong. But that's the kind of mindset amongst the British elite that you're up against. Alex, did you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to say I bet they're tucked away on some UK or US military base. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I'm sure that's right. Yes.
I think they're hidden away somewhere on a base.
Yes.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll see them again, maybe not.